Chrysler.Jeep is now offering employee pricing plus. These discounts where you pay what we pay. Right now, get employee pricing on a 25 Ram 1500 trade-in quad cab for only $34,999. You'll find employee pricing on our entire inventory. Right off 99 in Kettleman, where we're open till 9 every night and Sundays after church. Prices are better at the low price center. Lodi Chrysler.Jeep Ram. Visit us at LodiCDJR.com. Oh, we know this. Oh, so when the Xfinity Wi-Fi does, when we tap right in. Combining Xfinity Wi-Fi and home means we get laptop speeds on the go. Call it Wi-Fi power boost.
All right, we're good. All right. All right, what's going on, everybody? Chase fan number 9 here, and it is Nashville race weekend for NASCAR. Tonight, it's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the Rackley Roofing 200. It's 150 laps, 200 miles. So, let's see how it goes.
We're here for a convertible.
How about an SUV? Want to get out of here? Here's the sugar.
What's here? Sonically.
Okay, let's move on.
Where are those trucks? We're right here.
Whatever it is, we're here for it. Yep, still here.
Did someone take some of my candles? They're not all here.
Checking out with me.
Hello, Shahir. Welcome to the live stream.
I'm still in here. This is the only time I get all week.
You McCrispy strips are made for
All right,
Sorry.
which means
let's get into this.
more
Last
double-dipping apologies.
on the trucks were at Nashville. Christian Eckes led every single lap and won. It was quite a feat that I haven't seen in a long time. So we'll see how tonight goes. I can't guarantee we'll see someone do that again tonight, but we'll see. Anyways, Corey Heim comes into this race as the winner at Charlotte. Last on the trucks race. Caden Honeycutt starts on the front row. Best starting spot for him of his career. And Lane Riggs, man, he's been on fire lately, and that win is coming. We can only hope it comes tonight, and we'll see how everything goes. Grant Enfinger starts fourth, and Corey Day, this is his best career start ever. Bailey Curry's up there, and two of the Bill McAnally trucks are also up there. Daniel Hemrick and Tyler Ingram. Jake Garcia, Roger Kruth round out the top 10. And, of course, Kyle Busch is in tonight's race. Let's see. Oh, wow. Ty Majeski starting back there.
Oh, really?
What do you mean late? What do you mean late?
Turn it on.
No, it just started. The trucks just rolled off. Also back here, you got Clayton Green, the 2, and Akinori Ogata in the 63. It's a 32 truck field, so drivers like Akinori don't have to worry about having to go home or anything. Hello, Eric. Welcome to the live stream. Hello, G the Rail Fan. Everything's going good. So, yeah.
Hey, Tom Majeski, Walter from the Fox team. Can you copy? Well, you're starting deep in the field, but you had a really fast truck in practice. Can you work your way through this field?
No, the fan is fine. Yep. Yep, you're right. Elio Castroneves won his 4th Indy 500, and let me X out a bit. Yep. Yes. Still one of my favorite Indy 500s to date. It's a good race weekend overall, so yeah. Everything's going good. So yeah.
truck. Brandon figures the 9 truck on the outside.
About this great starting spot for Corey Day. He's going to roll off alongside Bailey Curry, another young racer that really has a lot of speed, fun to watch.
Anyways, the drivers to look out for tonight, as far as the regulars are concerned, again, Corey Hine, Kane Honeycutt, Lane Riggs, they're ones to watch out for. Not going to sleep on the Bill McNally drivers. Yeah, Ben Rhodes is another driver that needs to pick things up. Giovanni Ruggiero, he did good last week, so see how it goes. Oh, yeah, and Chandler Smith is starting back there too.
In row 14 at the 33. Always fun to talk to Frankie. Watch him race.
Let's say hello to our pit reporters for tonight, Mr. Todd Bodine and Josh Sims. Good afternoon, Josh.
Well, Jamie, Chandler Smith does have those 2 wins on the season already, but this team right now is in a tough stretch. Just 1 top 10 in their last 5 races. When I talked to John Leonard, the crew chief of this 38 team earlier today, he told me, look, we have to minimize mistakes. We can't keep beating ourselves. We want to get back on track. The good thing is these trucks have had speed week in and week out. Once again, showed that speed in practice. I feel like they have something to contend for a win tonight. Little extra motivation for this 38 truck tonight. Their truck chief, Ron Schutte, not with the team tonight. He is with his family after his mother passed away after a long battle with cancer. As you see the sticker on the side of that truck to remember her by, a little extra motivation as this team tries to win for their truck chief and that family tonight, Tom.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. You know, one topic of conversation in the garage area all morning was the traction compound on the racetrack. They put it from the very bottom of the racetrack all the way up 3 groups. The drivers really didn't know what to expect.
So yeah, in case anyone's wondering, yeah, I was able to catch the latter end of the Coke 600 yesterday. Last Sunday. They were streaming the race on HBO Max, but it's only just the onboard cameras that they were streaming. Thankfully, Ross Chastain had an onboard, fortunately, so at least I was able to get there when he made the pass on William Byron for the lead.
You see just over a mile and a third right there at it, 14 degrees of banking in the corners. Each end of the racetrack is banked the same. The king of this whole racetrack is the fact that it's concrete. We know that.
A couple of onboards for you tonight that'll take us throughout the evening.
All right, here we go. Pace car heads to pit road. Oh, yeah, there was a storm that came through the Nashville area, which is why qualifying for trucks was canceled. But anyways, the weather's cleared out, and here we go. Green flag, we're racing at Nashville. Oh, wow. You already asked me that. I think 4-1.
Good run up the bottom. Oh, and now Jake's sideways. He's got a barely corner.
We didn't see a lot of this in practice, Michael. We didn't see these trucks getting so loose at the bottom, but as they're getting side by side, I don't know if it's product of the traction compound or what, but they are jumping sideways if there's a truck on the outside of them right now.
A couple of them had courting early in practice, so maybe just a little trepidation for a few, a little too loose for others.
I think it's that packed area, and
Caution's out.
Dynamic side force, and so they're just racing hard, and they're nearly crashing.
Caution is out fluid in turn 1, we're being told.
Well, maybe that's why they were sideways.
That would definitely cause it if that was the case. Some great saves though early on there, and in terms of what was going on with Lane Riggs.
We said caution for fluid.
Watch this. He loses this truck and goes up the hill and almost takes.
But we completed like a 1 lap of green.
Turns it into the bottom. Everything's going.
Yeah, I'll be live around 4:30 tomorrow.
Two trucks really close together right there, whether it was the fluid that the caution's for, or maybe the air, as you mentioned, Michael, one of the 2 things. But a good job to recover right there and not cause that incident to be bigger than what it was.
Let's listen to Caden Honeycutt's radio.
Yeah, I only caught the Z train today in my area.
You remember those things too, don't you?
Yeah, no one crashed. Someone dropped fluid on the track, but they're not saying who it is. No one crashed.
Those left side tires, the Goodyear lettering is rubbed off of them, so he could have potentially an issue.
Yeah, I want to be very cautious too, because where those trucks made contact, that's where the splitter of the Lane Riggs truck was, and you certainly don't want that to cut that tire down.
We're under caution here for the first time. Corey Heim out front.
Oh yeah, back to Andre Perez in the 77. He'll be making his Xfinity Series debut at Mexico City in a few weeks for DGM Racing. He'll drive the 91 car. I also heard that they're going to add 2 additional starting spots to make it a 40-car field from 38 cars. So, and honestly, I don't mind them adding 2 extra cars. And like, it's been a few years since they had 40 cars, so yeah, that's a good thing.
We are here at Blackberry Friday, where everyone wants the unique taste of your Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
Yeah, you're going to bed. All right. Talk to you. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Attention shoppers, it's delicious. Yeah. Hurry and try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry. It's a pepper thing.
Glenn?
Why are you screaming?
Because you're screaming. Are you hiding from used car shopping?
Yeah. What about we're paid?
I get it. Nearly half of all used cars have been in an accident. But that's nothing to be afraid of.
Show me, Carbox.
Knowing how a car's accident history impacts price means you don't have to overpay.
Way better. Upward?
Definitely. No fear, just Fox. Say show me at Carfax.com.
The cockroach, resilient creatures, true miracles of evolution. Where there is one, others aren't far behind. Always scavenging for food, the cockroach will.
Well, that's horrifying.
Ortho Home Defense Max Indoor Insect Barrier. One application kills and prevents bugs for 365 days.
Not in my house now.
Nature's wild. Your home doesn't have to be. Doug.
Okay, here's what you want to do. Send the conduits to Liberty Mutual
Stone.
customizes your car insurance.
It's like a stone bear waving.
That's a lingo.
Okay, I'm gonna putt now.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the putt.
Oh!
Nice birdie.
Yes, he is a very nice bird.
Oh no, Remo! The car!
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty.
Pizza Hut is about to hook you up with more of what you love. Because when you order any pizza, we'll hook you up with a free pizza later. That's a pizza now and a free pizza later. Get even more with a hot hookup. Order now, only on the Pizza Hut app. No one else Pizza
Bid
Hut.
Chastain's car for Sunday.
Every turn at the all-new Dave & Buster's.
It's a Nashville style scheme.
Games like Hot Wheels Victory Lap. Brand new menu items, including turbocharged chicken fighters. And a nationwide race with players across the country.
So where they're at tomorrow? Nashville?
Zoom up the new
Yes.
network and race toward exclusive prizes before they race off without you. So rev those engines and win on all cylinders at the all-new Dave & Buster's. Tomorrow night, the stage is set. The Yankees face the Dodgers in a World Series
See
rematch,
this.
or it's Twins versus Mariners. Baseball night in America. Coverage begins tomorrow at 6 Eastern. Check the local listings for the game in your area. It's only on Fox.
Who's that?
So we
That
are
was Tony Stewart and his kid, Mom.
Nashville speed drive all around the racetrack. We were told there was fluid in turn one.
See.
Guys, I think we found the culprit.
I would say that that is significant fluid in turn one right there, coming off of the Frankie Nina.
No, it was the 33.
And, man, unfortunate break for Frankie. Just
Oh.
can't seem to catch breaks.
Let's listen to his radio.
I'm sorry. For what it's worth. Really important. I just don't know what I was doing life anymore.
And we heard Stuart Friesen a couple of weeks ago say he wasn't even sure if he wanted to do this anymore. It's just, you put your whole heart and soul into things. You put so much
Yeah,
effort.
SVG is going to drive the 9 car for Junior Motorsports at Chicago, Sonoma, and Watkins Glen.
Didn't even get a chance to get
Then, of
out
course,
there
Connor
and learn
Mosak's going to drive the 9 car at the Roval
It's heartbreaking.
later on this year.
Well, Josh, what are you hearing?
Well, yeah, guys, you talk about it with Frank. I saw him right before the race started, and the excitement, the anticipation for another race after the tough stretch he's had was beaming through. And then, of course, this happens early in the race. So I just checked with the team, and they said it looked like an oil line was knocked loose. That's why you see the oil that was on the track. You see it all over the back of that truck. They're checking to make sure it's not a bigger issue like a blown engine or anything like that. But certainly another tough break for Frankie as he tries to get some type of momentum going this season, guys.
Well, they're keeping him in the truck and they're cleaning it, so that's a good sign that perhaps, Michael, to your point, he could get out and actually run a little bit and turn some laps tonight.
Yeah, what a beautiful truck, too, celebrating flying American veterans and just a great young racer trying to get his arms around this stuff. And you know, Regan, how tough it is. We've been there.
Absolutely, Michael. It's the highest of highs and lowest of lows, right? And you know, you want to see Frankie get back out there and get just a few more laps, maybe.
As cleanup continues.
Yeah, Corey Haim is doing double duty this weekend because he's driving the 67 car in the Cup race Sunday for 2311.
It's a little letter, an uncontrollable movements called TD, tardive dyskinesia, started disrupting my day.
TD felt embarrassing. I felt like disconnected. I asked my doctor about treating my TD and learned about Ingrezza.
Ingrezza is clinically proven to treat TD, quickly reducing TD by greater than 5 times in 2 weeks. #1 prescribed Ingrezza has dosing that's always 1 pill, 1 state, and you can keep taking most mental health meds. Ingrezza can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden behavior or mood changes, or suicidal thoughts. Don't take Ingrezza if allergic. Serious side effects may include allergic reactions like sudden, potentially fatal swelling in eyes, sleepiness, the most common side effect, and heart rhythm problems. Know how Ingrezza affects you or operating a car or dangerous machinery. Report fever, stiff muscles, or problems thinking, as these might be life-threatening. Shaking, stiffness, drooling, and trouble with moving or balance may occur.
Take control by asking your doctor about Ingrezza.
Also, look at this. Atlanta Motor Speedway, they changed their name to Echo Park Speedway. Found this old picture of Casey Kane when he drove for Petty. And here's when he drove for Red Bull in 2011.
Your cheeseburger deserves a nice big slice of our Sargento family legacy. You can taste over 70 years of our family commitment to high quality, real, natural cheese in every bite. You have our word on it, you have our name on it. Sargento, a promise you can taste.
Kubota Orange Days delivers the savings.
Oh yeah, today's Eric Jones's birthday too.
Including America's #1 selling compact tractor.
Tony Breidinger's got interesting scheme on her truck tonight. 818 Tequila.
Now through June 30th, get 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,000 off select compact tractors. Sales ending soon. Find your nearest dealer at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Huge news. You can win a son of for just
Oh yeah,
$400.
NASCAR cutouts are still a thing.
Son of look at the words. Son of Baconator is $3. Thank you. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
Little things. Little things that reveal hidden opportunities through the power of Dell AI with Intel Inside. Little things that add up to something big. Using technology to gain an advantage in real time.
Sam Hunt Racing's running 2 cars tomorrow. The 24th is going to be driven by Jeffrey Earnhardt. All right. Yeah, Jeffrey Earnhardt will do Nashville and Bristol in the fall for Sam Hunt Racing. Oh yeah, Clint Boyer's birthday is today.
Let's see him coming off the turn 4 here, and Frankie in the 33 truck there, you can see it literally, Michael, just spraying the oil out right there. And I believe this was coming to complete the first lap actually right here. And that is as thick as you're going to see oil come out of a truck or any racing vehicle at any moment right there.
You have to know it was leaking on the parade laps as well, which made turn one certainly very difficult as we saw. We'll just have to see if when the track is all cleaned off, these guys can keep them straight in. I've seen this story before. These guys really like to go 3-4 wide on these restarts, trying to get any ground they can get because of how short the race is. They know they got to go.
Well, that was a good sign. All the trucks took that hard left to get off the race track. Let's take a look now at the race analysis, Regan.
Yeah, we got 150 laps, Jamie, of which we're already.
Hey, guys, go shit here. All right, man. I'll see you Sunday.
Very quick race, very short race. You're not going to have a lot of laps now in stage one to really adjust on your truck and understand what it's going to do on the long run. So you got to be perfect when you make these adjustments. And you see the fuel window right there, 58 to 63 laps. Very unlikely they will have to stop in that final stage. So you're going to have to be perfect tonight as we see them on the choose and get ready to come to the green.
Most of it.
We saw that last year. Christian Eckes led every single lap. Even though we had 7 cautions, he managed to be that dominant. So the question is, can Corey Hines do something like that? He's led all 9 laps so far. Plenty more racing to come.
It was wild last year here, Jamie. We saw Eckes dominate. Daniel Dye had a career night. He ran second, but he ran second to a guy.
Yeah, I'm surprised the Truck Series was Truck Series in Michigan was axed from the schedule for so long.
What we saw a year ago with Christian Eckes.
Follow the Corey's up front. Corey Day was great on that initial start of the race. Here we go as the drivers approach the Echo Park Automotive restart zone. First restart of the night. Corey Heim, Corey Day, Caden Honeycutt, Roger.
All right, back to green. Here we go.
Nice start by Day and a good push by Roger into the back of that 7 truck, giving them the speed on that outside lane. And Day
Of course, I figured the Spire trucks would race up there. Would start nose to tail. Damn, 3 wide for the lead.
Just a bold move by Raj as we see him get loose off the turn 4 there to go 3. He was on the apron as he made that move.
Wow, what a power move by Corey Day.
Don't you think this is all about how dominant Corey Heim has been all year long? These guys say we've got to get to him early. We've got to make something.
The 11 truck back to.
And you know how long it lasted, Regan? 1 lap. And look who's back out front.
Corey Heim back to the point. The 34, Lane Riggs, running second right now. Kyle Busch on that restart, a restart violation.
Oh.
He talked about not loving his truck. Now he's going to have to go to pit road. He'll be a lap down. It'll be a long night for Kyle Busch in that 07.
Early for Kyle, they'll have to focus on just trying to do whatever they can to be in the right position when the stage break or maybe the next yellow happens to come. As we see here, Roger Caruth getting another run on Corey Day there, and we're going to see 3 wide. Wow.
He thought differently. The K90 cut started second. He fell back to fifth, lost a few spots on that initial start of the race.
When did he think that would be a good idea? Regan, let's try to give it a whirl.
Very aggressive move. You've been talking about it, right? You've got to get him on these restarts as we see Kyle Busch hit pit road right now to serve his penalty, but you got to get him on the starts and restarts of the race, and that makes guys do things they wouldn't otherwise do sometimes.
There you see Lane Riggs on the left of the screen. He's second to Corey Heim. Lane only ran 6 laps in practice. They had a tire issue. Regan and I both talked to Lane about that. He said he's not worried about it at all. There was just a little bit of a fender up. They corrected that. And we talked also earlier in practice, Regan, that these front row trucks, they can pace with Corey Heim. Can they beat him? That's a different story. But they got the same speed at times that we see Corey Heim at.
And Lane Riggs brought a brand new race truck here, so that was one of those new issues that they had, but they got it all clear now. Staying right on the heels of Corey Heim.
I think the key for Lane Riggs is going to be, as we see Ty Majeski working his way up through the field, the key for him is going to be what happens on those long runs. They didn't get that read in practice like everybody else did, and Ty Majeski, we knew that he would be fast to start the race off and already up 6 positions, trying to work his way past his teammate Luke Penthouse there.
It's tough sledding, though. We talk about it a lot. There's Tanner Gray on the outside. the truck series is so competitive. Once you get inside the top 20, I mean, you're racing against trucks that could literally win the race. And so making those moves is very difficult.
Dawson's second and 26. The local boy lives 11 and 10.
Oh yeah, I just realized there's no Xfinity race next. Why did I think there was going to be an Xfinity race next week? LOL. Yeah, the Xfinity race are off. Are not going to be racing at Michigan this year.
His team for short freedom. They had to swap an entire engine. They have about an hour and 45 minutes to get it done today.
Not an ideal situation for them, right? You have an engine problem in practice, a very quick window from practice to this race, practice and qualifying, which qualifying obviously canceled, but a very short window to get to this race. But also a fortunate break. You want that to happen in practice, right? For Stuart Friesen, you don't want it to happen on lap 2 or 3 of the race like it might have otherwise done.
Mosquito out front of Ty Majeski up to 21st spot.
And that's just a good view, isn't it, Regan? Every time I see these pictures, it makes me want to be up there on the racetrack. Just so cool running down the back straightaway here in Nashville into these big turns. And you sweep off of turn 4, gives you a nice exit path, and then dive down into turn 1 really hard. A lot of speed as you get down this front straightaway.
You might want to be out there, Michael, but I saw that Ty Majeski truck jump sideways in the middle of 3
Wayne
and 4.
Riggs going for the lead.
Look at this, a battle for the lead. We were wondering what Wayne Riggs was going to have, and it gets to the inside. A great run, just hooking the bottom of 3 and 4. So important to do here in Nashville.
Reeling in the 11 of Corey Hine.
To the lead goes Wayne Riggs.
Off the racetrack, just trying to get away from 49, so he can't use aerodynamics to slow him down. And what a job he's done. He's going to clear Hine. Will he give on hold position?
New leader, Lane Riggs.
You know, we talked to Corey in practice, and at the end of practice, had so much confidence about how good that truck was, saying that maybe it was one of the best he's had all year long. What we didn't know, though, as we keep mentioning, is Lane Riggs, and Lane Riggs had that same amount of confidence even after 4 laps of practice. It is showing right now, but now what's going to happen is Corey Hine knows exactly what he needs to be better at, and he's going to be able to tell that team, hey, this is where he's got to be right now.
And there you see behind them, Roger Maru is doing a nice job pacing with these leaders, less than a second back. As the group's already starting to move up a little bit higher, Regan, we saw the leader take maybe that lane that Corey Day is in right now as he battled with Caden Honeycutt.
Love options for the drivers, Michael, and it appears early in this race that there are a lot of options on the track, and there was some questions about what that would look like when we got a few laps into the race, and we're getting an answer to that now as Caden Honeycutt goes to the outside to get around Corey Day.
Caden Honeycutt into 4th, and Lane Riggs' team leads. It just makes me think of earlier when we heard from him in practice. He was bummed he didn't get to run many laps, but he said, I grew up looking at my dad's trophy here. One of the coolest trophies is the guitar. His dad won here 3 times. Scott Riggs, how cool would it be for his son to get it done? You know, Scott's running around here somewhere.
Not only cool, but a pretty good mentor to talk to. What you need to do to get around this racetrack well is your dad, if he's got those 3 wins.
This is impressive for a guy that was dominant in practice to a guy that didn't get any practice. They're running 1-2.
Your Kyle Busch is 27 seconds behind the leader. Yeah, he ain't gonna stay back there for long because he's almost to 63 Baccanorio Gata.
Takes a lot to get my heart racing, but you gotta see this. There's absolutely nothing like NASCAR's only street race. This 4th of July weekend, NASCAR takes over Chicago, where you can get an up-close look at the sport's best drivers as they battle through downtown. And with live music from Zach Brown Band and Family Fun, it's a NASCAR experience on a whole other level. Hey, I'll be on the edge of my seat. NASCAR Chicago Street Race, July 5th and 6th.
Win 1 championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. But when you've won it all 7 times, the trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Right now with Employee Pricing Plus, purchase and get an average of $10,900 below MSRP on the 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie, plus $2,000 bonus cash on select models in dealer inventory. Put the work.
Mommy, I have to go potty. You gotta do it, please. Oh. So, what's next?
Craftsman. What you build, builds
Alright,
you.
so Kyle Busch is already after
Charmin
29.
Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy edges. It's no ordinary square. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy perforations that tear so much better, with more cushiony softness. Enjoy the go with Charmin. Fill up on all the good stuff at Subway. All your faves packed with tons of crispy veggies and fresh sliced meats. And now buy any footlong in the app for just $6.99. Great bread, great meat, great sauce, great deal. Get on it, people. Order now on the Subway app.
Saturday's Baseball Night in America on Fox. In an epic World Series rematch, Judge leads the Yankees against Ohtani and the Dodgers. Coverage begins Saturday at 6 Eastern on Fox. What do you drink when you win 8,500?
The milk.
We drink the milk.
There is life outside of racing. Maybe that helps me get a girlfriend.
100 Days to Indy, streaming now on Fox Nation. Sign up at foxnation.com.
Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series from Nashville Super Speedway. Lane Riggs is out front leading for the first time in his career at Nashville. And we've been keeping an eye on his teammate, Chandler Smith. He is on the move forward up 7 spots. Chandler in the 38 right there.
Yeah, we knew it would happen pretty quick, Jamie, for him. And, you know, you got to imagine, you got a teammate up there leading the race. Those two trucks, although they might be different in setups based on what each driver wants, they've still got the same stuff available to them all. And I would expect to keep seeing Chandler move up through the field here and gain that track position just based on what we're seeing out of Lane Riggs alone.
Good start of this race, too. Williams Wallace in that one truck had some solid speed as Chandler closed on it, but Williams been able to hold him off in that sound gear number 1. And he's right behind his teammate, Gil Ruggiero. So many great young racers that are here for us to watch and at times marvel over. There you see the third team of Jake Garcia. Pit road that maybe his shifter angle has broken completely off, Reagan.
Yeah, that's gonna be an issue, Michael. If indeed that if it's completely gone and he has nothing to grab there, they're gonna have to find a way to put something on there just so he can shift that truck and get through restarts and get through pit road and the other things that he needs to do.
We talked about some solid runs so far. Another one for Ben Rhodes. It's been a struggle bus for this team, but talked to Rich Lucius earlier today, and he felt really confident about what they had. So maybe tonight's the night, up to the top 10.
Got a good track with Ben as well, and you know, you would expect Ben's a champion, right? And I know there's been some struggles as of late, but you expect him to find a way to get it done in some capacity, one way or another. There's a great battle behind him between Luke Penthouse and Dawson Sutton right there.
I like what Sutton's doing early. If he can just hold it under and here on the bottom, he's going to get loose and hits that bump, as we talked about how difficult that is.
I love it. That's a battle for 20, and they're just laying on each other.
Right behind them, Stuart Friesen is saying, come on, boys, keep on heading in the right direction.
Luke Penthouse, that 66 truck, doesn't get an opportunity every week, but he's up in Sandusky, where ThorSport is, putting in the time, making the effort. He wants to make this a full-time ride. So I just can't imagine a driver that you don't get the opportunity every week, but when you do, you're trying your darndest to put on your best foot forward so that you can land that ride full-time next year.
Side by side again, another lap. Great battle here.
Sure seemed like Dawson Sutton had a bunch of friends and family all at the racetrack on pit road earlier.
And you hear right there, Dawson, as he tried to throttle up, he didn't want to get back in the gas too soon because he couldn't use the whole track. And that's what makes it so difficult to pass. Now you're going to have a truck on the outside of you right here. And you see the bump, you see the trucks hop around right there, just adding to the element of you're probably already a little too tight in the center of the corner. You know it's going to push all the way off the corner, and you've got to be so careful with that truck on the outside.
Kyle Busch, I said you'd have to make that unscheduled stop and lose a lap. Well, he hasn't lost it yet, but he's the next truck to go a lap down. So last time by, he was about 8/10 of a
Kyle
second
Busch is
slower
now
than
the
our
last
leader,
last truck on the lead lap.
We had a restart violation. The 07 truck. See on the outside bottom of your screen.
He's out the truck in line, and he just ducks out just a little bit too soon before the start-finish line, and you just can't do that. You got to cross the start-finish line before you move over there. And the good news is Kyle is still on the lead lap. There was a little bit of thought that maybe he would be, and I've been looking up and looking at his lap times. He's running some decent lap times if he can stay ahead of Lane Riggs here and clear some of this traffic that's in front of him.
NASCAR, we have a competition call with them each week, and they've been adamant about telling the drivers that you must stay in line.
3 wide.
Cross the start-finish line. Kyle was clearly out of line, and NASCAR called that penalty. They talk to the drivers about that weekly and make sure they understand.
So Tyler Ankrum in the 18 get around the 44. The 44 got loose right here.
See what happens to Bailey Curry. Mario Donna, there's the lap truck. A lot of traffic here, Rudy.
A lot of traffic, and certainly end up 3 wide here, splitting out to Nori.
It's Tony Breidinger.
Just a tough angle into the corner for Bailey Curry there, and
then he tries to keep it off of
figure that is a great save. That's 2 guys that were battling for position, right, and just trying to find a way around the lap trucks, and unfortunately it didn't work out for Bailey, but it worked out from the sense of he saved the truck and it's still rolling forward right now.
And he's still ninth.
Yeah, and he's running in the top 10. So we're just going to use that as a lesson, and we'll make sure we don't get in a bind like that again, maybe.
Tyler Ankrum just ahead of him is on the march as well. A couple of top 10s here at this track for Tyler Ankrum, and what a season it's been. One of the most consistent drivers in the field. Meanwhile, up front, Lane Riggs continues to lead by just under a second over Corey Hines. Josh?
We know there's so many tracks where Corey Hines really excels, and his numbers here at Nashville are actually really good, but when I talked to him earlier today, he told me he's never truly left this track and been happy with the performance, so they went to work, him watching film, and the team trying to figure out where they can be better. He came back this year, felt they connected the 2 sides of the racetrack a little bit better, but he gave up that lead to Lane Riggs, came over the radio and said, yeah, the truck feels similar to did in practice, but I just don't have the raw speed I need, and that truck has been getting tighter and tighter as this run has gone on, so he's going to need a little help to get this truck back to where it needs to be to catch that 34 guys.
Well, the good news is he's going to get some help. Only 5 laps left here in stage number 1.
And look who Lane Riggs has caught, trying to put the 07 a lap down. Matt Craftsman is ahead of there. Lane might have trouble holding off Corey Hines with this really competitive traffic in his windshield.
None of these guys are going to want to go a lap down. We know how hard they're going to battle, and certainly there is points and playoff points on the line as we get towards the end of this stage here. So we'll do everything they can, and it's going to bring Corey Hines back into the battle. I'm sure we'll see him popping into the screen here just a little bit as he's starting to close in again.
Well, we talk all the time about the dominance of Corey Hines stage wins. Lane Riggs desperately wants to win this stage and not let Corey Hines continue to be the story. But now he's on the inside of Kyle Busch, and Kyle's not giving him much room.
And Corey Hines, 8 stage wins this year alone.
Wow, look at these 2.
This is what you normally see up front, Kyle Busch battling Lane Riggs, but now they're battling just to stay on the lead lap for Kyle Busch in the 07.
What's going to be difficult for Lane here is it looks like he can get the runs and go to the bottom to try to pass these guys, but he can't complete the pass. And he's going to have to watch out the mirror and see Corey Hines behind him, understand exactly where he is, because he doesn't want to get himself in a position to where he's inside of one of these trucks and Corey Hines gets the run on the outside, because then he gives up those points that are so important that we're talking about. But this might be the one here that gets it done.
It was almost like, looked like Kyle got a little loose and washed up the track, and there goes Lane Riggs. Still can't clear him, though.
No, I like what Lane did on that last lap. He ran the middle of the racetrack, got a really strong run. We know he's much faster than Kyle, but can he hold up and win the stage? He's going to block.
Last lap.
Bad angle into the corner.
Stage 1. Corey Hines is all over him.
Dang. Lane Riggs put a block on the 11.
The stage win. Meanwhile, Kyle Busch Nash is hanging on just ahead of Lane Riggs. Does he have enough time, guys?
It's over.
Lane's got this one.
Lane
Stage
Riggs,
one winner,
third
Lane
career
Riggs.
Stage win. Corey Heim is right there for second. Raja Karut, Daniel Hemrick, and Caden Honeycutt round out your top 5 in stage number 1. Well done by Lane Riggs. He's led 27 laps so far. Pit stops are coming up next.
So, what do you think about the Jeep Wrangler? Very spacious, lots of open air. What are you going to use it for?
Thwarting international terrorism, saving the world. That's
Sorry, we just saw Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and we are very excited. Let's try.
No mission is impossible with a Jeep Wrangler.
Right now, well-qualified lessees can lease the 2025 Jeep Wrangler Willys 4xe for $299 a month. Hurry, this offer will self-destruct June 2nd. What causes a curve? Is it Crohn's disease? Is there someone I can talk to for help?
You guys got somebody for Crohn's disease? There's hope for the estimated 1 in 10 men who may have Crohn's disease or PD. Find a urology specialist who treats PD at goGetSomebody.com.
the 3 for me only at Chili's. Now serves up the all-new Big QP for just $10.99. And that's 85% more beef than some quarter-pound burger. Yeah, hey, fast food, this is how you value me. This Chili's 3 for me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
That works out great there.
Yeah, I did. The whole thing about Powell and Kirkwood. Yeah. Then you got people. Yeah. I mean, I understand I understand people's reason to, but it's kind of shame. It's kind of just kind of gross on the fact that people are out there saying that all these drivers in their 40s should retire from racing because they think they're all washed up.
Why do we shoot baskets with paper balls?
Yeah, it's sad they're calling for Will Power to retire because of stuff like this. I mean, the only reason why he hasn't won this year is because Will Power's just been the best car on track, and that's the reason why.
This country moving. For him, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Now, well-qualified buyers can get 0.9% financing for 60 months on this Silverado. There's over $6,600 in average financing savings, or get $7,600 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your Northern California Chevy dealer.
Many people swear they've had stuffed crust
People are
pizza from
asking for
Domino's
Truex to
before. Some invite
retire.
some of them to a little taste test.
I'm sure they did it with other drivers, but yeah.
With the pizza. Domino's has never made a stuffed crust pizza before.
I'm at a loss for words. Until now, that is. Introducing Domino's first ever stuffed crust pizza. We didn't just stuff our crust with cheese. We use our delicious pan pizza dough and sprinkle garlic seasoning and Parmesan on top. It's Domino's first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try it for the first time tonight.
This is phenomenal.
So much racing history here in Nashville. How about the Nashville Fairgrounds, Michael?
Look at the guys that have won there. Richard Petty, my brother was dominant back in the 70s. Dale Earnhardt goes victory lane for Bud Moore. Jeff Bodine got a victory there as well. And I rode on that very Ferris wheel many times, Regan. It was just part of my life that I will just truly treasure forever, going to watch my brother race. It's why I'm a racer today. I don't know what lit your fire, but Daryl at Nashville did it for me.
I can definitely understand why, Michael. A lot of legends right there, right? And Hall of Famers as well, and just a rich history there. I'm curious, so which Ferris, were you on the one that went normal, like a normal Ferris wheel, or the one that looked like it was sideways?
No, that one it got bent one night, so they didn't get it quite straightened up. I was on the red road one.
So stage 1 points, you see if their lane race takes home 10. Good run for Daniel Hemrick.
Yes. Great
Corey doesn't pick up any points, obviously. He's not full time. Ben Rhodes gets 1 point. The road is open. Todd, they're coming your way.
Yeah, the 34 lane race. He started this race with only 4 laps on a brand new truck. Thought the truck was pretty good at practice, really didn't know. Obviously, it's good. He's a little free by himself and a little tight in traffic. I don't know that you can get much better balance than that. Josh?
So Raj, I've proven that 71 machine. He said he's overall pretty loose when it comes to the bounce, but doesn't want to be tightened up anymore. So he just needs a better restart because he feels he's better than the trucks in front of him. For the 11 of Corey Heim, he said fired off 3. They got 2 loose towards the end of that run, and Air Pressure adjustment for the 11 team.
Yeah, you can see, Josh, there was struggle on the right front of Lane Riggs, and look at the positions it's cost him. He'll come out third.
Yeah, Raja Karut's team getting it done, gains 2 spots. Corey Heim comes out where he went into pit road, and you see Lane Riggs loses 2 spots. We'll reset it all. Restart here at Nashville.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. But when you've won it all 7 times, the trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Right now with Employee Pricing Plus, purchase and get an average of $10,900 below MSRP on the 2025 Ram 1500 Laramie, plus $2,000 bonus cash on select models in dealer inventory.
The new McCrispy strip is here. Tip approved by Ketchup, Tiny Bobby, and Mr. Payne's right? With our Big Mac sauce, double dipped in buffalo and ranch, more ranch, and peony chili McCrispy strip dip. Now at McDonald's. Loving them with food.
Bounty Mega Roll lasts longer, so you can tackle Bounty Mega Roll into clean spills without running out. Bounty, quicker picker up.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come with Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
What causes a curve? Is it Peyronie's disease or someone you have to talk to or help?
I gotta come back for that.
I got somebody for Peyronie's disease. Find a urology specialist who treats PD at goGetSomebody.com.
The road to 2026 starts now with the Gold Cup. The U.S. takes on North America's best on Fox and FS1.
Northern California, there's never been a better time to save on Chevy Silverado. The Chase Memorial Day event. New 2025 Chevy Silverados under $35,000. That's right, the #1 Silverado dealer in San Joaquin Valley has Chevy Silverados under $35,000. 0.9 financing for 60 months. Increased demand has trade values at an all-time high. It's never been easier to upgrade. Don't wait. The savings are in Stockton. Chase Chevrolet. Buy into it.
As prospectors, we know ourselves a boom. So when the Xfinity Wi-Fi started booming, we were us in. Booming Wi-Fi deserves a booming phone from Xfinity Mobile. And you can upgrade twice a year, whether you need your one, with a phone, or just want your one. This is even golden.
Upgrade your phone up to twice a year with Premium Unlimited from Xfinity Mobile. Plus, get a free 5G phone.
The Wi-Fi's booming!
Horse racing's greatest test of speed and stamina returns at the 157th Belmont Stakes sets the stage for one final all-out battle. That's June 7th, live on Fox.
A lot of horsepower.
It sure is. There's a lot of horsepower right here. The Rackley Roofing 200 Stage 1 is in the books. We went to break. We talked about Lane Riggs, a little slow on pit road, lost 2 spots. Go back and take a look at exactly what happened here. Watch the right front.
Looked like he just got 4 of the lugs off and then had to go back and get a couple more. And then that's all it takes, Regan. I mean, literally maybe a second and a half or so, and he loses 2 spots on pit road. That's how competitive it is.
It's so competitive, and it throws the timing of the rest of the stop off too. You see him struggle to pull the tire after that, and those 2 spots that could be a lot as we go on further. And I think we got a little bit of audio from Lane Riggs after that happened.
That's just a lot of love right there. That's telling the team what you need. You know, that's what the guys need to hear. They know their guys on their side. He's going to go out there and get that back. Really a confident young racer, and I like that interaction between he and the team.
That's Dylan Capello, his crew chief. They have a lot of mutual respect, and that's great to hear a driver have that pep talk. We only lost 2 spots, guys.
Maturity, too. A lot of maturity from a young driver.
And his teammate Chandler Smith has a little bit of damage on the right rear.
Get a report that leaving pit road got run into. Look at that. Regan, you know how sensitive that corner of the truck is. They got to get that fixed right, or even maybe a little better than right.
Fix it better. That's got to be a key. Fix it better, Michael.
Here we go as the drivers approach the Echo Park Automotive Restart Zone. It's Raja Karuth on the inside, Corey Heim on the outside.
Alright, time for stage 2. Raja Karuth leads them off.
Not a great start by Corey on the outside. You saw Lane give him a bump in the back. That's going to allow Raja to clear. Raja had some good speed in that first run. Let's see if he can hold off Corey Heim.
A little further back, 3 wide down the back straightaway there. Daniel Hemrick getting split on both sides right now.
Oh, that makes me nervous. I want to see anybody crash, and these guys see this so tough to run 3 wide.
Daniel Hemrick was top 5 at the end of that stage. Slip back here to 8th.
And that's what we keep talking about, the aggressiveness on the restarts, getting the runs, timing the runs, and finding a way to make up as many spots as you can. It is such a critical moment of the race that you will do things that you normally would not do to make those spots happen.
Another 3 wide move. This time,
Oh, there goes the 91.
Wow.
Caution. The 63 goes for us.
He goes around on Minori Ogata.
Wow. What a job of avoiding that spinning truck. Was that Bailey Curry in the 44 that was hung in there?
Caution is out for the 3rd time.
Kyle Busch had a big run, momentum down to the bottom.
63 should be fine.
3 wide.
Should be able to fix that up.
There's Ogata's truck. You saw him get into the wall, the Japanese driver. 2nd start this season, a lot of damage. Here it is.
And Michael just mentioned it. You see Kyle Busch has that run on the bottom, and you got to take this move when you can, and it just caught these guys a little bit off guard, and Jack Wood just gets down in there and gets himself into a bad position as they're trying to get back towards the bottom. Jack Wood kind of stuffed it in there, but had so much momentum. I think that I don't know if that was ever going to work. And what a move by Tanner Gray to just check up and find his way through that.
I said Bailey Curry, but he gets hit in the back. Just Tanner Gray, and still is able to make that move and avoid the spinning 91 truck. Wow, that was a great job of driving by Tanner Gray.
And I know Ogata's not going to like me saying this right now, but for only 1 truck to get significant damage out of that was impressive by all those truck drivers that's the least of what happened there.
Oh, goodness, Jack Wood's truck look after all that. Heck of a save by him. He keeps it straight. We'll continue under caution here, but it's Raja Karuth out front. Join more than 7 million adults, like Michael, who've taken Ozempic.
As touring musicians, my type 2 diabetes could have slowed us down, but I didn't let it. I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty, and this is what my Ozempic era looks like. I'm lowering my A1C and lost some weight too. I also learned some people take Ozempic to lower the risk of major cardiovascular events like stroke, heart attack, or death, and others take it to lower the risk of worsening chronic kidney disease.
Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take if you or your family had MTC, MEN2, or if allergic to it. Stop taking and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck or any of these allergic reactions. Tell your provider if you plan to have surgery or a procedure, are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be. Serious side effects may include inflamed pancreas, gallbladder or severe stomach problems, or changes in vision. Call your prescriber if you have any of these symptoms. Taking with a sulfonylurea or insulin may raise low blood sugar risk. Common side effects include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, constipation. Some side effects lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Discover the GLP-1 with the most FDA-approved uses. Ozempic.
Steel battery. Don't miss Steel deals. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
Did you know Toyota has 3 NASCAR Cup teams? We've got Team 2311, owned by this guy. And anytime Daytona into Denny Hamilton. But Denny Hamlin races for another team, Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, Super Bowl winning head coach Joe Gibbs. And they both share the track with Legacy Motor Club, co-owned by 7-time Cup champ Jimmy Johnson. 3 epic teams, 4 legendary owners, all going after 1 Cup. Now you're up to speed. You in?
Hey, Sweaty. Sweetie, you good?
Someone stole my Old Spice antiperspirant. Now smelling like perspirant.
I did. Where's 24/7 sweat protection?
You did this to my pits.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, she came out fighting. 2 days old, she had to have an open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on, 5 different medications. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, "But all right, you saved me a lot of money. Saving that extra $200 a month."
It's like it's showing that Roger Cruise was still the leader at the time of caution. So it looks like he'll go back.
So it puts less stress on our household, and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Welcome back to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, live from Nashville Super Speedway. JD Little, Michael Waltrip, and Regan Smith with you. Top of 9 and Josh Sims on pit road. So 3 cautions tonight so far. 58 laps in, 91 laps to go. Raja Caruth is out front with a heck of a restart. That last go-around held off Corey Heim.
We'll have to see if Corey Heim, it's going to be the same lineup as the last restart. We'll have to see if Corey maybe changes things up just a little bit. I'm not quite sure if maybe buzzed the tires a little bit or something took place right there, but certainly we know that he's not going to make the same mistake twice, so it'll be interesting on this one.
What about these teammates lined up on the bottom there? He's got Bailey Curry both up inside the top 5. See if they can put together a crafty duo. These pushes are important, Regan. You know that. If you get out in front, you can clear the guy on the outside, but you need help to do so. You've got to have the guy behind you be on top of his game when that green flag waves.
You've seen plenty of guys get put 3 wide down the back straightaway if they don't, so that's going to be another key, Michael. Make sure you clear them or at least have enough momentum when you get to the back straightaway.
Warming up those tires. As we get rolling here, the drivers approach the Echo Park Automotive restart zone. It's Raja Caruth, Corey Heim, King Honeycutt, Lane Riggs behind him. Green flag once again in the air.
And then back to green.
Restart here, but he's got Lane Riggs with a nice push on the outside like you talked about, Regan.
Corey Heim sitting there thinking, yep, just keep doing that, Lane Riggs. Get me out here and get me clear. Which she's going to be able to do. That was a really nice job by Lane.
Is that a little make good from 2 weeks ago? Wilkesboro, maybe?
I don't think they're over it yet.
It might have been a make good from coming to the stage battle as Grant Enfinger now 3 wide to the inside of Bailey Curry. We keep seeing it on all these restarts. This is great racing.
Look at back there in 5th, the 7 truck. Corey Day has been so impressive. And guys, he did get to test here in an Xfinity car. I think that's really helped him with his comfort level coming in. Looking for his first top 10 ever in the Truck Series.
And he's doing double duty. He gets to run the Xfinity race tomorrow as well. So Grant Enfinger decides he left Bailey Curry with a rough lap or 2 here as he's lost several spots.
Tyler Ingram in the 18. Slowly digging up to 8th right now.
These trucks glued to the bottom of the racetrack in 3 and 4. I still like what I've seen with the middle group. You know, there's a lot of momentum if you can make it work up there. We'll see if the tires heat up and we see trucks start running more up the track.
And I think that's going to be the key, Michael, is just a little bit of wear, a little bit of heat on those tires so they start slipping and sliding just a little bit. We heard a number of trucks when they pitted last time talking about being loose, not something we thought that we would hear. And we'll have to see which crew chiefs are able to make the right adjustments and which weren't. Is 3 wide again. I feel like we said that all night long. 3 wide again.
We're going to say 4 too. Think how many you throw a 4 wide in there for you. It's going to happen. William Savalas with a big crossover down the front straightaway.
Trying to get around the 77 of Andres Perez, who announced that he'll be making his Xfinity debut in Mexico in just a couple of weeks.
That'd be exciting for him going home.
Hey, look, the 07 and Kyle Busch, we were just talking about him fighting for his life to stay on the lead lap. Kyle Busch up to 14th.
Kyle just making some good moves on these restarts, right? That's for Kyle Busch, he's loving some of those restarts. An opportunity to make up spots in big chunks, right? To get himself back into the race. And certainly that's going to be a motivator for Kyle Busch behind the wheel. We see him get up top, and that thing is wiggling all over the place. I'm not sure that the track was working quite that high right there.
That's 2 spots he lost right there in one turn. I don't know how many times we've ever said that about Kyle Busch in a truck race.
You know, he's 2-0. He won both truck races, but he hasn't been here in 14 years. So when he talked to you, Graham, when he was warming up on the warm-up laps, and he said he just hasn't found that feel. The rules are different. Things are different. This truck feels different than the last time.
I haven't gotten 174 yet. It hasn't even come this way yet. In fact, it hasn't even come close to coming this way.
Racing hard against Jake Garcia. Jake working that bottom line.
Battle for 9. Jake Garcia, won't be talking about him missing his shifter.
Yeah, I got another report from Pit Road. He's got vice grips in there, holding that shifter lever. So that's how he's shifting gears.
So Pit Road is a little bit more of a challenge tonight.
Exactly, they're looking.
All over him. Riding on board with him right here.
I love this view from Dawson. Something really shows you what these drivers are going through as they're looking. He's looking for grip up on the top lane. Right there is a patch, a really large bump right there that these drivers have been fighting numerous times throughout the day. It caught some of them a little bit off guard how severe that bump was. And a nice job right now, Dawson. Up to 11th place as you see him trying to work on Jake Garcia for 10th right there.
That's a great run for Dawson, but he just gets better and better each week. Doing a nice job here at his home track. Got to be a great feeling. The Rackley roofing 200, and he's got Rackley roofing all over that truck. Real smooth on the exit there off turn 4.
Drop back just a little bit.
A couple of teammates there for Door Sport. Kyle Majeski been on the move.
Yeah, very, very nice restart and picking off some spots for Ty. He's up 7 spots since the restart right now and running in the 13th spot. Josh, he is looking really good right now.
Yeah, Ty looking much better than he did at the start of this race. Earlier on in stage number 1, he just said that truck was on top of the track. He was worried about the rear tires, just not where he wanted to be. And all day, we even heard from him after practice, not happy with the handling in that truck. But it seems like those adjustments during the last pit stop have been making moves through the field. A good run for Ty Majeski right now. He really needs it on the field.
Since the restart, up 7 spots, so that track's certainly getting better as the track maybe pulls just a bit, tightens up just a bit for him.
We know how much he and Joe Shear work together and just complete each other's sentences. This is freaking Joe Shear Jr. So obviously the adjustments were just what he needed on that first stop. We'll see how they can improve that truck as we race toward the end of the second stage.
Halfway through stage number 2, 50 laps here, round out.
Roger Cruz hasn't quite pulled away from, quite let Corey Heim get away.
Let's see him up here and trying to stretch it out just a little bit. I'm curious when we get just a little further into this run, what the 34 lane rigs is capable of doing. But Scott Cicadelli and Corey Heim, such good communication between the two of them. We heard the report from Josh on the pit stops that he was battling a little bit of a loose condition, and they appear to have done exactly what he needs right now so far.
But on the last lap, the fastest truck on the track was Lane Riggs. He put about 2/10 on our leader, Corey Hahn. So if you watch that 34 truck, is Kyle Busch tries to battle up through the field. Back to 17. He's not going in the right direction, Regan.
That is not what he wants to see right now. After battling Connor Mozak at the moment. Great experience for Connor.
Mike Riggs reeling in second place, Raja Carew.
See there how fast that 34 truck is lap after lap. He's got a better lap time. But he could lose a little. There he goes up to the middle. I like this. I like that lane. I don't know why. Looks like you get a good run off when you go up to the middle.
Let's get an update on Corey Day, Todd.
Give it, Jamie. I want to give Corey a shout out. I talked to this young man today, and I did not realize this. This is only his 6.5-mile racetrack and his 20th time ever on a hard surface, whether it be pavement or concrete. The learning curve for this kid is just straight up. Everything he's ever done is sprint cars on dirt. To get in these trucks and do what he's done, yeah, he struggled some this year. We've all seen it, but he's learning. And tonight he's having a great run. He's got a good truck. He's using his head. You know, we've all talked about Kyle Larson and their friendship. Kyle's his mentor and his coach. And he gave Kyle a lot of credit for what he has learned and what he's doing. He says it's a big help, and tonight he's having a great race.
That's a great point. Kyle Larson had a lot to do with Corey Day getting this opportunity with Hendrick Motorsports. Corey Day and his girlfriend, they packed up his car in California, drove cross country, and did what you guys all do as racers. You moved to North Carolina to live the dream.
Well, and Todd mentioned he maybe has had some struggles this year, right? But that is a huge overtaking to learn pavement and learn all the different nuances. And what you want to see is a driver continue to grow, and that's what we're seeing tonight under Corey Day. Growth and improvement.
10th career truck series start. 20 to go in stage number 2. Corey Heim continues to lead. We'll step aside, but you won't miss a thing as we go box side by side.
It's like we've told people Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. For the last time. Bye, my friend.
71 and 34 going at it.
I thought it was deeper than that. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Whether Dad's vehicle is his prized possession or the family hauler, he needs to protect it. This Father's Day, give him the gift of WeatherTech. From laser measure floor liners and cargo liner to keep his interior pristine, to seat protector to guard against stains, and sunshade to block harmful UV rays, the Cup phone perfectly secures his phone while driving. Order these American-made products or a gift card at WT.com. Happy Father's Day.
This Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy edges.
It's no ordinary square. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has wavy perforations that tear so much better, with more cushiony softness. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
At the Glen, the thrill isn't just on the track. This is a campground, the grandstands, in the heart of every fan. This August, a full throttle festival comes to upstate New York. Camp under the stars, then witness the brightest stars of NASCAR battle for a crucial playoff spot. This is racing. This is the best weekend of your summer. This is the Glen. NASCAR weekend at Watkins Glen. Get your tickets now at theglen.com.
This is Alex Pillow, a conquistador of concrete from the start. Alex is so fast he does his taxes January 1st. He speed reads 2 novels before noon. He's Spanish with a French kiss on the first date. Alex has traveled the world. Here are his favorite places: Portland, Detroit, Monterey, Portland again, and rent-free in 32 drivers' heads. This is the front of his car, but if you race him, you'll just see the best. This is 3-time IndyCar champ Alex Pillow. Welcome to the fastest racing on earth.
Welcome to Truck Country. Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
Welcome back to Nashville Super Speedway. Just under 70 laps to go in the race as Corey Hunt continues to lead. 14 to go in stage number 2. There's a few of our drivers who started outside the top 25. Dawson Sutton up to 11. Ty Majeski in 13. Stuart Friesen up to 14.
Stewart started last, too. We're talking about the good run Sutton's having, but Stewart's got a fast number 52 truck after having to change the engine. There's the 52 of Stuart Friesen. Probably going to go race a dirt track somewhere in New York tomorrow night, but tonight he's focused on this concrete surface here in Tennessee.
And he'll probably win.
Yes, he probably will. I saw where he won at Fonda the other night.
GC lane breaks when they were side by side, got around Raja Karu, moved into second. Fast truck guys trying to make up for that little bit of a slow stop that cost him 2 positions on pit road.
And he's making up for it. I've been watching the scoring monitor, Jamie, and he's consistently the fastest truck on the track. Been a couple of traffic issues for both the leader, Corey Hahn, and Lane. I think he's got some clean track now. Let's see if he can really win. Just over a second and a half behind at this point.
This will be the telltale, right, as to what the crossover does. We went back to green at lap 61, so we're about 22 laps into this green flag run right now, and you'd expect to maybe see Lane, if it's like the first run of the race, start clicking off a little bit better lap times here. Right before that traffic, he loads right now about the same speed as Corey Hahn, so we're kind of getting a gauge on where these two trucks are at, and they're getting that same gauge as well.
Really know how competitive things are. I talked about the scoring monitor. The fastest truck that lap, Tamadeski in 12th place. He outran these leaders, and the leaders have clean racetrack. So that just tells you how good trucks are all throughout the top 20.
Corey Hahn has now led the most laps tonight, 43. Lane Riggs led earlier in stage 1. And 30 laps. Raja Karuk, 10 laps, and Corey Day led 1 lap.
Lane's got a really good truck. It's really cool to see Raja having a good run. Just not the start to the season pace-wise that I think we expected, but tonight he has just that.
Very steady, a good confidence boost for them, right? Once you hit that setup good one time and get something that the driver can really be aggressive with, and we have seen him be aggressive tonight. He's had some great restarts. He's been putting the truck where he wants to do. That could build, Michael. That could continue on, weeks to come down the road, and just really snowball for this team.
Yeah, when you're going to really work so hard on these trucks, to see their truck performing at that level, it also does something for them. They're like, we knew this guy could do it, and you can see he's running a higher lap than most, so he's just trying everything he can to get all the lap time out of that 71 truck he can.
Raja had a good run here last year, finished 4th, and I think that carries over when you come to these places. This particular one, a concrete racetrack, the biggest one they go to, they do it once a year. You carry that confidence, and you look back and watch that tape where you say, "Oh, you were pretty quick last year."
See Tyler Anchor back here battling with his teammate Daniel Hendrick right now. Currently, these guys are running 8th and 9th, and Tyler Anchor every week finds his way towards the front. Running a little different line than his teammate Daniel Hendrick right now, and you see Daniel back to the bottom right there. And that's something we hear a lot of these guys talk about. If they can do it, it can be very good, right? It can help the exit of the corner. It can help a number of different things. A lot of times when you move up, it's maybe because you're trying to avoid a handling characteristic, but also look at the bottom of the racetrack right now too, Michael. There is a ton of rubber down there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We're running 160, 70 miles an hour, so aerodynamics means a lot. You get to the corner, you need that. You need fresh air on the nose of your truck, and sometimes that's what the drivers are doing, just looking around, trying to find that air.
I love this battle for 8th between teammates. Tyler Anchor in top 10 this season already with the win. There's Daniel Hemrick taking a peek to the inside of the 19. He already has a win this year, but these are two teammates. I see them leaning on each other, learning. Hemrick's been away from the truck series for a long time, since 2016. He's really had to lean on a teammate like Tyler Anchor to get readjusted, reacclimated to this thing.
Andrew's a little bit better right now. He can just make his way around the bottom. We've seen all night how difficult that is as he swings up off turn 2 and has to correct that truck.
He's been sailing it off into 3 like he did right there a number of different times. And right here, the big bump. You see the nose of that truck up and down, but he's going to get the job done this time. Maybe a teammate saying, okay, I'm not going to battle you coming off the corner quite at this moment right now. And a good move by Daniel to get that spot.
Daniel Hemrick moves into 8th, 5 laps to go here in stage number 2. We talked about that 19 truck last year, led every single lap. That was Christian Eckes behind the wheel. They have those setup notes. Meanwhile, Christian Eckes has moved over to the Xfinity Series, so he'll be racing on Saturday. So Corey Hahn has now led more than 800 laps this season. First driver to lead 800 laps in the first 12 races ever.
And he has just done so many magical things, and that's thanks to our stat guys. That's just a great number to just try to put into perspective what this young man has accomplished in 2025.
Meanwhile, Kyle Busch has not gone anywhere. Back there in 17th, trying to get around the 81 of Connor Mozak. He does it finally. There's Chandler Smith in the 38, had damage on pit road. He was making his way through the field, but he's been mired back there in 19th.
And he's done,
Oh,
he's done a
nice.
nice job
So,
since the restart. He's up 8 positions.
Robert Wickens.
But, you know, we mentioned
It's like the twins, all right.
strikes and take on that right rear quarter panel. And Michael, that is such a sensitive area of these trucks, right? And once you knock that off, it can affect a lot of things. And trying to battle his way back still and get to the inside of Connor Mozak here. Maybe going to get another spot before we get to the end of the stage.
He's had some great speed, just hard to pass as we talked about. There's so many competitive trucks. He puts another guy in his rearview mirror. A good pit stop here. Watch this 38 truck. He could be somebody you have to reckon with in this final stage. Jake Garcia, another great competitive run. As you see Corey Hines coming to 1 to go in stage 2.
Lane Riggs on stage number 1. Corey Hines trying to hang on here and pick up yet another stage win. He already has 8 on the season.
There's some impressive statistics that he's racking up. Pretty much every statistic in the book. You guys just mentioned 800 laps. It's just an incredible season for him.
It really is. And there it is. Stage number 2.
Here's 2 winner, Corey Heim.
Victor Dunn, Lane Riggs, second. Raja Caruth, Corey Day hanging on to a top 5, doing a great job tonight. Hayden Honeycutt rounds out the top 5. Corey Heim picks up his 9th stage win of the season. Can he hang on for win number 5 on the season?
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward.
Get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
The cockroach, resilient creatures. Where there is one, others aren't far behind.
Well, that's horrifying.
Ortho Home Defense Max Indoor Insect Barrier. One application kills and prevents bugs for 365 days. Nature's wild. Your home doesn't have to be.
Applebee's All You Can Eat is back, featuring the chicken tenders you've always loved, plus double crunch shrimp and riblets, all served unlimited for just $15.99, only at Applebee's.
Playset, Kepcot, Rob and Phil, and DJ, the biggest names in the game are playing at Live Virginia. Money right there. With $25 million on the line, it's more than a purse, it's a statement. Open from next Friday at 2 Eastern live on Fox, and final round next Sunday, 10 Eastern live on FS1. Live Golf on Fox and FS1.
History unfolds. Records bring back. And in wine country, the wine flows just as fast as the action. The stars of NASCAR return to Sonoma for California's only NASCAR race. 3 action-packed days of high-speed thrills and family fun. Buckle up, race fans. Summer in Sonoma just got sweeter. The Toyota Save Mark 350, July 11 through 13. Tickets at SonomaRaceway.com.
Tomorrow, Nashville heats up with practice and qualifying for Xfinity and Cup, highlighted by the Xfinity Series race at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on the CW. It's a NASCAR triple header weekend at Nashville Super Speedway. And you guys, we've been talking about how awesome the weather is and is supposed to continue.
Just a great weekend for all the fans to come out and see some great NASCAR action in Nashville. And man, what a great town, Michael. You've talked about it numerous times, but never old going there.
Their stage points tonight: Lane Riggs, Corey Heim tied with 19 apiece. Roger Carruth having a good night.
Regan, as a racer, when I see those fresh sticker tires sitting on the wall there, I just go, oh, that's going to be so nice. Tires, we're going to have a lot of grip. I keep to make the right adjustments. Look at those babies. Pristine. They are, and they got speed in them. It is important. My pit crew's going to do a great job of getting out in front of everybody. And I got to do my job. We don't talk about that, but the driver, he starts the process and it's choreographed to the nth degree. And when he slides to stop at exactly the perfect place, that allows that crew to perform at the optimal speed.
If we can step off the drivers this evening,
It could be the last thing.
they can make it to the end of stage 3, which we usually don't see. Third and final stage tonight is 55 laps. The road is open. So guys, need to stop it for nearly stop.
It was too tight. What they got was clean air. It was just too tight. So those who go with a small adjustment for that for a long run. So Russell proved that 71 to say every with the way he wants it. The need for right rear to be better, and then for 49 for them to run down.
This time it was about people heading on. Michael, the right one was the problem at the end.
Same issue. It looked like there was just a problem.
So Roger Carruth won the race off pit.
We saw this mighty struggle. We thought it was great to see if we could take a replay to see if we could make any sense of what happened.
Looked like he went slower just to hit it right this time.
Well, he got the nuts off. That wasn't the problem. It's just the wheel isn't perfectly turned the way the team needs it. We talked, Regan, about this being a brand new truck. Could this be some new truck blues, just trying to figure out exactly how tight it is in that right front?
Definitely could be, but you also saw the jackman pointing to Lane, turn to the left, turn to the left.
Trouble down pit road for Lane Riggs. We'll be back. 51 laps to go from Nashville.
For the professional, it's not enough to possess knowledge. We seek to refine it, to wield its power, to redefine its boundaries. Knowledge is put to the test in every GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR 2025 Sierra 1500 models, or current eligible GMC owners whatever without a total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
So, what's next?
Craftsman. What you build, builds you.
We interview it John Friday where everyone wants to move to the doctor will be out there.
The cockroach, resilient creatures where there is one love.
Now that's hard.
Or the home defense max endurance sector. One application kills and prevents bugs 365 days. You can fly. Your home doesn't have to be.
Kids, safety, and their dog treats can turn every other into an adventure. For heart, to don't forget the Zoots. Zoots dog treats. Choose your adventure.
The Pizza Hut is about to hook you up with more of what you love. If it's before and pizza, we'll hook you up with free pizza later. That's the pizza now. And pizza later. Get even more with the Hut hookup. Order now. Only on the Pizza Hut app. No one else Pizza's the Hut.
The classic first timers. They don't know that nearly half of all used cars have been in an accident. But contact those how accident impact cars so they don't have to overpay on bond. Y'all new contacts.com.
Tell me what else you are to say. Looks crazy spots. This Meet baseball twice as fast as Crystal Bar Speedway. Octane showdown gets grades and grades. And the NLP Speedway Festival. The party starts early with a special creative concert featuring superstar Jennifer Braun. This isn't just another baseball game. It's a major league baseball game at Crystal. Watching the baseball happen, you are the most historic NLP event. Visit NLP.com/Speedway Classic for details.
And this is what they're all battling for. That is a young Michael Walter. But look at the open in the guitar. It's trophy that they can take home for winning three. And look at that. Arzago Rackley on here for 24. You think that, baby?
That's really good. I know who they both play the guitar well. I know who maybe isn't singing the best right now, but they both play the guitar very nicely.
What a great feeling to have shampoo sprayed on your guitar in Music City. But you know,
How about that trophy time?
Yeah, I think I got the air guitar really quick for that one. You don't want me to play the real quick, but I think the air guitar I got it.
You got the air guitar idol sings to that you.
I'm just struck with the strings so hard that he might have broke them all before he got that guitar home and put it on the wall.
Good times. Our beautiful guitar awaits the winner of this one.
You're going to have to watch that Apple Park Automotive Restart Zone because these guys are going to be all over one another. Every restart gets more and more important. This is the most important one tonight.
47 laps to go.
Oh shit. Yeah. Oh wow, we got all right, 48 laps to go. All right, Raja Karuth is going to be in control of this restart. I'm surprised Raja didn't choose the outside since he'll have his teammate pushing him, but whatever. So Corey Heim clocked in the fastest one.
When we see Lane Briggs back here.
Kane Honeycutt on the outside.
Grant had a bit of a stumble there in the middle of the corner. Hayden jumped on it. He's going to bring Scott Lane Briggs right behind him.
And we mentioned, Lane Briggs being back there in that position, lost all those spots because of that pit stop. And these restarts are exactly what you get concerned with, right? The battle on the 3 wide, everything that takes place here. And we saw him be aggressive in turns 1 and 2 on the first time. It didn't quite pay off when he got to 34, but doing everything he can right now. It could take him this entire run to gain these spots back. That's how difficult it is.
But look how fast he is. He was up high on the groove, but was able to keep that momentum up and gain ground on the guys he's racing with.
If you see that pylon on your screen on the left side next to Corey Heim's name, that's not for Heim time. That means he has officially turned the fastest lap of the race.
And I'm going to say this right now, yeah, it's nice to see Corey Day finally have a good race because I'm like, I see him, I'm like, just once can Corey Day have a good race without getting wrecked out or having some sort of issue.
Pit crew on both pit stops gets him out with a lead. And you mentioned it on the restart, Jamie, how good of a job they've done. But now he's doing his job. He has that great restart. And now he's getting into a position where he can let the truck lead. Maybe, start to understand, okay, where's my truck at? Where does it like to run when it's out in the lead here? And he's got just enough gap on Corey Heim where he's got the ability to take and play with that just a little bit right now. Josh, definitely looking good up front there.
Dawson Sutton up there in 10th place.
We talked about the fact that his setup and his truck was similar to the one that the 19 had last year when they dominated this race. Well, talking to the team earlier today as well, they felt like this could be the time that he could put it all together. He said, I just need one excellent night to get back into victory lane and to get back to the playoffs. They feel really good about that truck. And one more thing to note, restarts was something they really focused on. Ross had a good lights out on these restarts out there.
He certainly was there. That was really impressive the way he executed. Got that jump on the bottom, made it through 1 and 2. That was really impressive.
Stuart Friesen taking away 15th from Tyler Ankrum right there. As Stuart continues his work to the front. It's just been one of those nights where I know 15th isn't where he wants to end up, but a very nice job after starting shotgun on the field.
Tyler Ankrum was battling. We were talking about him battling with his teammate Daniel Hemrick up in the top 10, so they must have had a slow stop. Fell back there, or the restart caused him to lose some spots.
This pass wasn't as easy as we first thought, Regan, because watch this. Look how tight Ankrum has Stewart close down to that yellow line. 10 down, and Stewart's going to get loose.
Good choice, Stewart. You know, certainly if you're Tyler Ankrum, you got to be aware of that. If that truck's that loose, you got to be aware that it could wreck you as well.
I don't think Stewart ever came off the gas, though. Do you, Regan?
I don't. He looked like he was at one of those dirt tracks in New York you were talking about earlier.
Bailey Curry's having a good night. Ty Majeski, Chad Smith, Doss Sutton, Roger, Stuart Free.
This is how it all starts. You know, Jamie, we talked about Todd said he'd only ran 20-some asphalt hard surfaces this time on it, and just being able to perform in the top 5 at this level, that's impressive.
You know what's impressive is what the man on the right side has done, Chandler Smith. He has passed 45 trucks and counting tonight. He just keeps going backwards and driving forwards, and now he just broke into the top 10.
9 of those trucks, Jamie, since the restart. Chandler just continuing to grind it out, right? Maybe not the night that he wanted, but he's grinding it out. And as we get towards the end of this race, he starts to show back up, and that's what you want to see. That's what you want.
Roger Kurtha's lead is actually getting bigger. It's almost to a second.
Twice this season, he's found victory lane with this new team. He certainly has been impressive in the conversation week in and week out. Lane Riggs just keeps digging, wants to take that spot away from Corey Day, and he does it.
Here goes Lane Riggs, the fourth.
Meanwhile, Roger Carruth continues to lead over Corey Hine. That's Nashville.
That's the reason they don't call them clean bikes, am I right? Because of dirt bike
Gas stations.
Whew. You gotta start at the top and work your way down. Want me to do yours next? Oh, you're from Oklahoma.
They have to fill the silence.
The bathroom code's 9914.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming embarrassed, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Look at this.
Yep, that's right.
This is the Mahindra Roxor, the side-by-side that doesn't play by the
Yeah, I saw that on
The other
Twitter.
guys think plastic can happen. The Roxor rides with steel. They pull back on power. The Roxor packs a turbo diesel punch. And when they start breaking down, the Roxor's barely broken in. The Mahindra Roxor, built like nothing else. Our best in the field deals are here. Get 0% on select models on a new Roxor today.
As long as probably forever, there's only been one Frosty. Because what would we even do? Add a bunch of loose swirls and mix-ins like Oreo cookies or Pop-Tarts pieces? That's kind of genius, actually. For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
Boast by Super Hydration Body Wash. The sweet scent of a honeymoon in Fiji. Moisturized with vitamin B3.
You better not be using all the Old Spice.
Can you get my bag?
Your cheeseburger deserves a nice big slice of our Sargento family legacy. You can taste over 70 years of our family commitment to high quality, real, natural cheese in every bite. You have our word on it, you have our name on it. Sargento, a promise you can taste.
Some folks are drawn to open country. Others crave the loud roar of a high-performance exhaust. Some like both. We call them family.
Getting 5% cash back on the monthly category I choose when I pay with my debit card. You gonna go? Where do we go from here? Home.
You can make your own way. The 3 for Me only at Chili's is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with kindly overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
32 laps to go here at Nashville Super Speedway. Roger Carruth continues to lead by just under a second over 49. Lane Riggs on the move. Daniel Hemrick and Corey Day, your top 5.
There's the truck that's the fastest cat in Tennessee right now, but he's got over 2.5 seconds to gain back on our leader, Roger Groove, when he intentionally puts up the fastest lap on the track. You can see the leaders. He's been the leader. He's just digging to get there.
And now the challenge for Lane is going to be a little bit of patience. Don't overdrive your truck, right? Don't drive the right front or the right rear off of it. Be smooth. Keep doing those good laps.
All right, 30 to go.
To try and close into that gap. And the other thing that's going to happen is here in probably the next 15 laps, I would say, they're going to catch the tail end of the field, right? And that means that Roger Crew's going to catch them. And as they catch the tail end of the field, that's going to allow Lane Briggs to maybe make up bigger chunks of time quicker right there. And it could also allow Corey Hine the opportunity to get to Roger. But certainly these three trucks, it's going to come down to the wire.
Remember how we saw those leaders catch Kyle Busch and back of the field at the end of the first stage? And they couldn't get around them. They just had to settle in behind them. If that happens here, we're going to have a battle.
Let's look at Lane Briggs, two-time winner last season. Been knocking on that door a few times, more than a few times this season.
He's going to win. There's no doubt about it. Soon. He could be tonight. But I think my dad and I have been really impressed with Roger. You know, we haven't seen race-winning speed out of that truck all season long, and I know his confidence hasn't wavered at all. He knows that he's got a great team behind him. He's a very positive young man about what he does and how he goes about things. And he's just really performing at a high level here this evening. That's cool to see.
And what I really like, Michael, is the previous lap to this one, the quickest truck.
Also, back to the 91, how I mentioned that Andre Perez was going to drive the 91 at Mexico. Tomorrow, the 91 will be driven by Myatt Snyder. Speaking of which, am I the only one who thinks that Myatt Snyder should go back to full-time racing again, either in trucks or Xfinity? Which either one, I think he deserves another chance at full-time racing. I mean, as of now, he's currently he's only a one-hit wonder. He won at Homestead driving for RC. He's doing something malicious behind the scenes I don't know about.
Since we restarted this race, just keep doing what you're doing and look forward right now.
Roger came in tonight 17 points below the playoff cutoff. Obviously, a win will get him in, but regardless, it has been a good points night for Roger. Caruth finished third in stage 1, third in stage 2, 16 points racked up. They got to be proud of the effort.
Just has to click off these last 25 laps. He doesn't want to see a caution in Tennessee. I don't know what.
Yeah, I'm surprised you said no.
We were talking to some guys and thinking if you're in the top 5 in this final stage of 25 laps to go, it's going to be a questionable call whether you come to pit road or just stay on the track.
Yeah, and unfortunately, once you get outside that top 5, the decision gets a little bit tougher, right? Because you know that somebody that's back there in 10th and on back is definitely going to stop and come get tires if that happens. So how many trucks would you have in between you? And that's where the crew chiefs, they will have to earn their money if that happens. If it doesn't happen, though, these drivers are going to have to earn the money as we're seeing.
Or you have a little bit higher there than even Caruth. These guys are.
Yeah, the only thing Snyder is known for is his win at Homestead in 2022 when he went flying up into the catch at Daytona.
Oh, so slightly, just over a second.
As you see on the left side of your screen there, Lane Briggs, it looked like he was making big chunks off of that lead for a while, and right now he's closed up another 2/10 on this most recent lap, maybe leveled out just a little bit. This is another guy here too, Daniel Hemrick. We talked about that 19 truck, how good it was.
And then, of course, not too long ago, Myatt Snyder almost won at Portland.
Up to 4th right now.
So there's the.
He is looking really good in this last stage of the race.
Absolutely. He's been complaining all night. His truck had no fire off speed, meaning on the restarts, on the after the cautions, he just couldn't go. It wouldn't come in for about 6 laps. He came on the radio after this restart and said, "This is the best we've been on fire off. Let's hope it stays where it's at." So he's having a good run.
Just so competitive. I mean, these top 5, 6 trucks are running. They're switching back and forth of who's got the better lap time after lap. See the 38 of the championship trying to close it less about Bailey Murray's going to go 3 wide.
3 wide. Wow.
Trying to gain think he's got it.
I think we saw that move earlier in the race. Didn't work out quite as good as that one did, but identical move earlier in the race.
Finger slides back to 8. You guys haven't talked about tonight. Corey Hines is on double duty this weekend. He'll be behind the wheel of the 2311 machine on Sunday. For the last time when he did in Kansas, finished 13th. So impressive.
It's just everything Corey Hines gets in right now is very impressive and doing everything he needs to do as a race car driver.
And scratching his head, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to change my, what am I going to do to ditch this guy? Roger Cruz just driving a perfect race here late in the going.
He's closed that gap ever so slightly. As Raja Cruz crosses the line, we have now reached our Craftsman.
Yeah, I remember Noah Gregson's interview after David Starr wiped him out.
15 or 20 to go. Roger's going to catch lap traffic, and we know how difficult it is to navigate that. The first truck he comes to is the 02 of Nathan Bird. He goes around the high side of Nathan.
I'm sure that, well, him winning at Homestead the following year or whatever, yeah, definitely put all those disappointments to rest, that's for sure.
He's closing the gap up bit, but he's trying to manage what he has right now. I'm really getting liking how difficult is that when there's no more stops right now for him. He's got to go with what he has.
There was, oh no, I'm thinking of something.
Well, I think it's definitely a challenge, Josh, right? Because if you're loose and you try to push harder and you try to get just a little bit more, you see right there, he jumps sideways off of turn 4. Every time you do that, that team
all right, 18 to go.
Don't like it when that happens. So then it compounds the problem. It keeps getting looser and looser as you go, and you can tell he's pushing hard right now as he's trying to close it.
All right, Lane Riggs has gotten his gap under 2 seconds.
Continues to lead by 0.8 of a second over Corey Hines. We'll step aside, but you won't miss anything.
Who's that? That's what's his? Tyler Tomasi. Oh no, the wrong driver. Oops. Clayton Green. Sorry, Tyler Tomasi's the 22.
Lucky rabbit named Scoot. It's Swedish. That's a whole rabbit.
Surprised the 20 truck for Young's Motorsports is not entered into tonight's race. For some reason, I thought they were full-time. If the 20 truck was entered into this race, I think the only driver I can think of for that slot is Stephen Parsons. I mean, he's not that bad with the team.
New brakes? Check. Roll cage? Check. A spoiler so baby doubles as a picnic table? Oh, you bet. Every apex we nail, every second we shave, it's all knowledge that goes right back on a new ride. Look like fun?
Oops.
It is. You?
More speed, more action, more drama, more emotions, and more adrenaline. This is NASCAR. Real content. Rivalry without limits. A unique experience without limits. And it's all going down at the Autodrome at Manos Rodriguez. Feel the energy. Feel the intensity. Get your tickets now at NASCARMexico.com.
Saturday's Baseball Night in America on Fox, and it doesn't get bigger than this. Two of the best teams in the league, two reigning MVPs, one heavyweight World Series rematch. Here we go, buckle up. Aaron Judge leads the game against Shirley Ohtani and the Dodgers. It's Baseball Night in America.
I mean,
Saturday at 6 Eastern on
the 02 for Young's Motorsports is entered. His name.
Welcome to the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
13 laps to go. Raja Cruz continues to lead here at Nashville, but Corey Hines has cut his lead. Half a second back is Corey Hines' that 11 truck trying to pick up win number 5 on the season. Raja Cruz trying to pick up career win number 2.
Big in that truck is getting bigger in that rearview mirror. Let's make sure we're focused on the race. Ferrari has done an amazing job. We're coming to
12 to go.
Can he hold him off that last time by? Corey picked up 2 tenths of a second.
Lock in down, stay disciplined. He will not catch you if you hit your box every lap from here forward. Best lap ever ran in your life.
And I love hearing that. That's from Eddie DeHaan, his spotter on the roof. Eddie, a very experienced sponsor. He is he is coaching him up, telling him exactly what we said earlier, right? Focus out as he gets tight. That's the kind of thing he's got to avoid. Don't let Corey Hine get big chunks of time in one corner.
And see this one.
Yeah, and also Lane Riggs is also closing in too. So 71 doesn't just have to deal with the 11, but also the 34.
And run a different lane than the one. Had a good corner there though. Pulled a little bit of ground on second place Corey Hine.
Williams launched in 24. Last truck on the lead lap. That's who they need
Yep,
to get around.
there you go. Swatch. Just stay down. Stay down.
I like that move from Raja that time. He went into the corner higher to try and build that momentum, get that clean air you keep talking about. Now he's got to find a way to complete.
All right, Swatch. Just stay high. Stay high. Stay high. Thank you. I'm surprised he didn't hold him up because the one truck is a teammate to the 11s.
That was really a class move by the one truck. I think he just gave up the bottom of the racetrack.
Yeah, they weren't gonna do Raja dirty like he wasn't gonna do Raja dirty like that.
That's not what happens. Each truck they come to will be more and more difficult.
Williams Sawallich is a teammate to Corey Hine.
9 to go.
Like that he didn't impact it. Here we are, guys. 9
Yeah.
laps to go. Raja
I mean, I have nothing against Swalich, but yeah, I would hate for him to get criticized for holding up 71 to favor the 11. That would be like team.
He knows if he puts that pressure on Raja, that could be what makes him make the ultimate mistake that allows him to get by.
Remember the heartbreak just a week ago for William Byron after dominating the Coke 600 and getting beat late. Raja put himself in that same position, being so good on this last run.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Guys chasing him.
Raja Caruth is like 53 laps tonight.
That was Raja showing Spencer Boyd in the 76. I want the bottom. I'm cutting a little early so that Boyd sees that.
And it's been clear this entire run, right? Raja Cruz's truck has been the best on the bottom. This is not going to be a problem here going into the top side because he's going to clear that lap truck before he gets there, which allows him to go right back to the bottom, run the lane that he wants.
Lane Riggs is right on. Corey had a good strong corner there.
I just love this panel, Michael. All three of these guys, if you go to make the move, you don't complete the move if you're Corey Hine. Guess what? Lane Riggs is going to push you pretty wide. He's going to get a run. So there's a lot for all three of these drivers to think about in this chess match right here.
Ooh.
To the outside, Corey Hine goes side by side. This is for the win. 6 laps to go. It doesn't work that time. There's Lane Riggs. Can he get around the 11 truck? Oh, do they touch?
They do.
Cool contact.
Riggs to the bottom. Big block by Hine. We know these two's history. What a battle. Riggs, you said I'm nervous. These guys are doing all they got. And look at the run Hine has. He's going to get there again.
All right, we got 5 laps to go in the Truck Series race at Nashville Super Speedway. Raja Caruth leads, but he's he's got the 11 and the 34 running him down. Wow. What a battle. Lane Riggs looking to the inside. Ooh. Ah, yes. 3 drivers who are all the same age, battling for the win. Wow. Well, come on, Lane Riggs, get up there, get up there. He's trying to break the draft. 3 to go. Yeah. Oh. Like the 11 slid up for a bit. Well, the 11 is going to be the one that takes the fall when the 34 gets around. Coming to 2 to go. Here we go. 2 laps to go.
It's going to be so difficult to complete 1 and 2 because Corey Hyman's been so good. If they are close,
each other again.
straight away.
The battle for 2. Raja Karuth setting sail 7/10 of a second lead over Corey Hines. The next flag they see will be the white flag. What a drive by Raja Karuth tonight. He has been consistent. Third in both stages.
All right, here we go. White flag. 1 lap to go for Raja Karuth. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think he's got a bit of a cushion between himself and the 11.
So much effort into learning this craft and becoming the race car driver that he is in the truck series. Entering turn 3, Corey Hines sets sail.
Corey Hines sending it. Yep, not going to be enough. Off turn 4. Raja Karuth, Spire Motorsports, second career win. He wins Nashville. Let's go. Wow, what a battle. Woo!
That is so beautiful. That's how you want to win them, isn't it, Regan? Just have the best right on your bumper and do your job all the way to the checker.
And as a driver, that is one that he will remember forever. He'll remember them all, but the way that he had to earn that race and that he had to hold them off and maybe went up to the top.
Definitely earned that one tonight. And finally, Corey Day finally has a good race for once. Thank you, God. Daniel Hemrick comes fourth. All right.
Well, it looked like with 10 to go, that Hyman reached way faster than Raja, but he did a perfect job of playing defense. He put his truck exactly where he needed it to be in order to be able to do what he's doing right now.
Well, he's going to go into Michigan with a lot of momentum, that's for sure.
I hope he sees that.
His crew chief, the 22-year-old from Washington, D.C., graduated in December. He can drive, but he's smart too.
Checks a lot of boxes, Raj does, and he just I can't get over what he did tonight. And
you talked about
his dad walking out right there, and this is going to be an excited celebration when he finally climbs out of this truck.
You guys know that to make it to this level isn't on that one person. It is your entire family.
Well, that was kind of a lengthy winless drought, but hey, better late than never. I mean, actually, no, it's not that late. It just perfectly good time.
And he's worked that hard to get to this moment.
Such a special moment for the family. The fireworks going off. He hadn't even thought about that guitar yet, I don't think, Regan, but he's getting ready to get his hands on one of the coolest trophies in NASCAR.
Popular win. He held off the best in the series right now.
Yep, 32 race winless drought.
Spire Motorsports and what they've been able to do, building 4 trucks each week in this series.
What about spotter Eddie DeHaan? Coaching him home.
And also, Bailey Curry gets a top 10 too. Nice. And Grant and Finger.
What a show.
He drove the 56 laps of his life right there to that final stage.
Wow, what a race. Hope tomorrow's Xfinity race will be just as good. And thanks for letting this race play out too with no stupid bullshit. Let's go.
Josh, what a happy winner and well deserved.
He led the most laps over Corey Heim with 61.
From his father, a hug from his girlfriend as well. A special moment for Raja, certainly, and his team. And like you mentioned, Jamie, the pit crew was really big and instrumental in helping them get through this one. Raja, you told me earlier today, right? You said, I am one excellent day away from getting a win and getting back into the playoffs. How's that for an excellent day? I didn't expect that at all. Those guys were.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Looks like Carson Hocevar was up there watching his fellow Spire Motorsports driver win, rocking a Dale Jr. shirt.
Everybody at HootedCars.com. The men and women at Spire Motorsports Chevrolet. We've been off this year, but good to Get it done tonight, man. I'm out of breath, but that was a lot of fun. What's going through your mind as Corey Heim, a guy that has 4 wins already this season, is barreling down on you towards the end of that race, trying to hold up him and Lane Riggs as well?
Yeah, I don't know. I just ask myself how bad do you want it. I think it's I don't know. I just tried my best, and we had clean air, and their stuff was better, but I just did my best. That was it. That was it.
Rajai Caruth, your winner at Nashville.
Corey Heim, second place finish. I know it's all about winning for you guys, coming off the win at Charlotte. What more did you need to get up there and race with Rajai?
I feel like just clean air was the main thing tonight. With the third stage being so straightforward, lack of kind of strategy going green there. I feel like it was tough to come back from not having the lead, but I slid through my box at the last stop and then my guys in quarters. So just something to reflect on my part, but big congrats to Raja. I did an awesome job managing from the lead. I was really free behind him, and he made pretty much the right choice every time as far as where I was going to go, and it's nice racing against people that aren't going to wreck your race into the lead. So that was cool, and big congrats to him, but also huge thank you to Truck and Garage, showed a safe light. Wrapped up the month of May with Foster Love with the P2. Would have loved to be my first guitar, but always next time.
Corey Heim brings it home second.
Well done.
Wow.
By Corey Heim.
What a race.
What a popular win. You could hear the fans were so excited for the battle that they saw. And this young man is so loved. To see the family reaction. We'll be back to talk all things Nashville truck racing after this.
Wow. Yeah.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day.
6'4" knucklehead. Yeah.
Not under control. But now,
hope Carson Hocevar can improve over time. He'll get there. His career is still young.
Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days.
Yeah, his win will come sooner rather than later. Either way, wow. Raja definitely earned that one. The race was one on pit road and on the restart. He had to hold off Corey Heim and Lane Riggs for the win. Yep. I knew it was only a matter of time before he got the win. And he got tonight. Gonna be his first guitar. Anyways, here's the results. So yeah, Heim second, Riggs, Hamrick second through fourth, and Corey Dave finally gets a top 5 finish. Definitely needed that after so many races of horrible luck. Then yeah, he definitely needed this tonight. Caden, double top 10s for Caden Honeycutt and Bailey Curry. Well, double top 10s for Nice Motorsports, courtesy of Honeycutt and Bailey Curry. Grant Enfinger. How about Dawson Sutton finishing 11th, who sponsors the title sponsor this race? Here's a man, Kyle Busch. Yeah, see this, Eric? Kyle Busch wasn't even a factor. We all come into this race thinking it's going to be the Kyle Busch show, but we know that as of late, it hasn't been the case, really. Luke Fenhouse, top 20. Andre Perez, Jack Wood. Akinora God finished the race, and damn, what a shame for Frankie Muniz. Yep, nice to have a truck race be completed without. Oh yeah. Yep, you are right. Kyle Busch's next race is Watkins Glen. Yeah, I'll be around for Watkins Glen race week. Anyways, yep. Again, that's what happens when tonight's battle is what happens when you don't have stupid bullshit or stupid drama happen at the latter end of these races. You get battles like this. I'm like, thank God. Yeah, I'm sure somewhere out there all the NASCAR fans are going to be happy tonight. That's for sure.
Let's hear from the man who finished third, Lane Riggs.
Yep.
Well, Lane, You started this race with 4 laps of practice on the truck. I think you need to skip practice from now on.
Wow, this race finished in under 2 hours too, so not bad. I was surprised, like when I looked at the thing, I was like, wow, I can't believe less than 50 to go already. I'm like, man, this race sure flew by quickly. But again, good race. Nice three-way battle for the lead with no stupid drama happening at the latter end. That's what we need. Hope tomorrow's Xfinity race will be just the same. And I hope to God that the Cup race won't be a carbon copy of last year. You all know what I'm talking about. We can only hope. And I hope the IndyCar race will be good despite the track we're racing on. And yep, that's all I have to say. Anyways, yep, that win for Lane Riggs, it's gonna have to come sooner rather than later. I mean, it took him a little bit last year to get things going, but with what we've seen this year, yeah, it's only a matter of time now before he wins. It's coming. It's coming. It is coming. Yeah, remember last year he won on a weekend when a lane. That one weekend last year he won when, well, let's just say a Riggs, a Truex, and a Burton won that one time last year. So yeah. Anyways, that's gonna do it for this live stream. I'll see y'all tomorrow for the Xfinity race at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's race. Congrats to my boy Raja on getting the win. He definitely needed that. He had a bit of a slow start to the season, but looks like they're gonna get the ball rolling after tonight. And with that, as far as the Truck Series is concerned, I will see y'all at Michigan next Saturday. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Or see y'all tomorrow for the Xfinity race, that is. All right. Bye, everyone. Peace out. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Eric, for stopping by the stream or being part.